Why do you keep looking at the mountain peak? It's just a hallucination. It's a ghost that vanishes the moment you try to touch it. Every single person watching this is obsessed with the after photo, the bank statement, the trophy, or the finish line. But here is the cold, hard truth that most people are too soft to accept. Your obsession with the outcome is the very thing ensuring you never reach it. You are so busy salivating over the prize that you've forgotten how to fight the war. If you are only here for the gold medal, you have already lost. Because the gold medal doesn't build character. The 4 years of bleeding in the dark does. We have been lied to. We've been told that happiness is a destination we arrive at once we've checked enough boxes. But that is a trap. The outcome is a distraction, a flickering light that leads you away from the only thing that actually matters, the person you are becoming while you work. Nick Saban, a man who built one of the greatest dynasties in sports history, didn't talk about winning championships. He talked about the process. He said, "Focusing on the process of what you have to do to get the outcomes is the most important thing you need to do." Think about that. The man with the most rings isn't looking at the rings. He's looking at the footwork. He's looking at the discipline of a Tuesday afternoon practice when no one is watching. If you want what the top 1% has, you have to stop doing what the 99% does. And the 99% is currently paralyzed by the outcome anxiety. They are so afraid of not getting the result that they never start the work. Or they do the work with half a heart because they're constantly checking the scoreboard. But the scoreboard doesn't move because you're staring at it. It moves because you're executing the play in front of your face with a violent intentionality. The danger of living for the outcome is that you are essentially putting your life on hold until some future date that may never come. You are telling yourself, "I will be proud of myself when," or "I will be happy if." This is a recipe for a hollow soul. We love to romanticize the beauty in the outcomes. We paint these vivid pictures of what life will be like when we arrive. But if you don't find a way to truly love the journey, reaching that outcome will be one of two things: impossible or irrelevant. It's impossible because the journey is too damn hard to endure if you hate every second of it. You will quit the moment the feeling or the goal fades. And it's irrelevant because if you do manage to suffer your way to the top, you'll realize the trophy is just a piece of metal that doesn't fix the emptiness inside you. You'll find out that it wasn't the destination that made your soul catch fire. It was the friction of the climb. Imagine spending 10 years chasing a specific version of success, sacrificing your sleep, your relationships, and your sanity, only to realize on graduation day that you don't even like who you've become. That is the tragedy of outcome dependence. If you don't fall in love with the sweat, the repetition, the failure, and the mundane, boring parts of the work, then the outcome is just a temporary high that leaves you crashing into a depression the next morning. You have to shift your identity from the winner to the warrior. A winner only feels good when they win. A warrior feels good because they fought. When you detach from the result, you gain a superpower. You become unfazable. If the outcome is a distraction, then the obstacle is no longer a threat. It's just more process. It's just another rep. It's just another opportunity to prove that you are the kind of person who shows up regardless of the weather. Most people are addicted to the vision board version of life. They want the aesthetic of success without the grime of the effort. But the grime is where the transformation happens. You need to develop a radical, almost obsessive love for the doing. You need to get to the point where the workout is the reward, not the six-pack. Where the writing is the reward, not the bestseller list. Where the grueling hours of building your business are the reward, not the exit strategy. When you move like that, the world cannot stop you, because you aren't waiting for a paycheck to tell someone you are successful. You are successful the moment you decide to give 100% to the current second. That is where your power lies. Power isn't in the future. It's in the immediate, aggressive execution of the task at hand. We need to stop asking how much longer and start asking how much better. How much better can I perform this specific action right now? If you win the day, the weeks take care of themselves. If you win the weeks, the years take care of themselves. The outcome is just a byproduct of 1,000 tiny, disciplined decisions that you were too focused to even notice you were making. If all you ever focus on are the outcomes, you will never truly experience them, because by the time you reach them, they won't even matter anymore. The person who loves walking will walk further than the person who loves the destination. The person who loves the destination stops when they reach it, but the person who loves walking never stops. Stop being a spectator of your own potential. Stop waiting for the big break or the final result to give you permission to feel like a champion. You aren't a champion when the clock hits 0. You are a champion when you're waking up at 4 a.m. when it's freezing cold and your body is screaming for you to stay in bed. That is the win. The outcome is just the world finally catching up to the reality you've already created. So throw away the map and start looking at your feet. Fall in love with the grit. Fall in love with the silence of the grind. Become so obsessed with the quality of your process that the outcome becomes an inevitability rather than a dream. You don't need a miracle. You need a standard. And your standard should be that the process is the only prize worth winning. And now that you know what you need to be paying attention to while you chase success, you need a little boost to really get your first step out of the door. Watch this video of mine to get a better rundown on how to really chase your dream version of success. Thank you for watching.